Hey, hey, blue table thumbs! As thumbs up like burst out of my ear. Something's wrong with this tripod. Let's fix that. Okay, Rick, you talk while I take care of these.
Well, we got some good stuff for you. These are Iron Hands models.
Oh, is that? I thought we were just going to talk about life. No, but go ahead, do the Iron Hands.
Well, no,
I'm going to do a video on it.
I'm
going to do a video on it.
Okay.
So,
awesome.
That's it. Well, I'm here with Master Painter Rick. And my tripod that has one, like, mystery leg that's not long enough. Man.
All right. We're just on a little bit of a slant.
This is, yeah, this house is very poorly constructed. Wouldn't that be funny? All right, so Rick is, what's going on in life, Rick? Tell us some Rick news.
Oh, I'm having some fun stuff going on in life, but I think I finally decided on an army.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yep.
Do continue, sir.
Yeah. I'm looking at Lizardmen.
Oh, you are?
What were the new...
Iron Jaws.
That's right, Iron Jaws.
Okay.
That one I'm really kind of getting interested in. And then the other one of the Stormcast
Eternals?
Yes, that one.
Oh, those guys.
I know.
Oh, they're so goody two-shoes.
I hate
You know, they probably sit down to tea.
I know.
And are like, please, Brother Godivis.
Exactly.
For some reason, that's his name.
Yep.
So, all right, because Katie came by yesterday, and we were talking, right? Because we have to talk about an hour every time.
Yeah.
You know, it's good.
But it was good.
Oh, she's a
fun.
costumer. That's her profession.
Serious?
Yeah, that's her thing. And she came in, but she had done 2D painting as well.
I wonder if she could do costumes for us.
Yeah, well, that's something we had looked at for like Valhalla
And stuff.
right? Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
That'd be fun.
Why not?
Sure.
Yeah, whip us up some armor, Katie.
Exactly.
So anyway, so she, we were like, okay, which one appeals to you?
Mm-hmm.
And because I thought it'd be cool if our little budding group of 4 had one from each of the alliances. Right? So you would be destruction, and I would be chaos for some weird reason. And chaos comes in many seductive forms.
Yes, it does. Oh, avert thine eyes.
That's right. You're like, oh my God, this tongue goes out so far. Nobody's going to pick that up. That is what she said. So anyway, and so then that was, hold on, and then we had an order player. Who's that? It's, oh my gosh, why can't I think of it?
Was it Wes?
No, it's Jared is doing Sylvaneth.
Oh.
That's order.
Okay.
And he's actually the second most serious of the group. So we got to get this going. But it takes it's like this process. So you get your models. Then you finally get around to assembling them.
Exactly.
Then over a long course of time, you might, maybe not, actually paint them. And that's what BTP is for. Here comes the plug. Is also what she said. All right, this show's going down the tubes. So yeah, that's what BTP is for. So we just do it. We just get it done. Got the whole team here. Get that project done.
And what's so cool is they can look at the stuff that we've painted, and we can do it again and again and again and again for all of you, or better if that's what you like. So it all is a certain like kind of thing.
Whee!
That one gave me a shit. Oh, never mind.
So yeah, you're gonna see a video on this Iron Hands thing pretty soon. All right, let's do it. Okay, so that would leave Katie with death.
Nice.
But I couldn't sell her on death.
Okay.
I never thought I would say that phrase in my entire life. She was not interested in death. So, but after looking at all the books, it was Stormcast Eternals was kind of her thing, where she was like, these guys are cool.
Okay.
They're really cool.
That's okay, I'll fill in it works happily. No sweat.
What, but do you like them? Would that be your number one? Because you could do
Yeah.
both.
No,
because I could build my chaos out. I'll take all of you all.
No, I'm good. Yeah, 3-on-1 pile.
Instantly, that's my fighting style. Is this.
I don't have
my
one.
hand.
I don't fight. I'm passive.
Yeah, Rick is a big old cuddly Zen master. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Stuff doesn't bother him,
Yeah.
apparently.
No.
Or else he balls it up in a tiny, highly gravitic ball of hate and bitterness. And that it's in there. One day it'll implode, Rick.
It will. And it'll
As
take
a
a
little
bunch of people
league
with me.
baseball game.
It happens.
You and the umpire.
Oh, yeah.
It's on.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway. So how's summer?
Good so far. Been hot here. Don't know if any of you are from the valley, but you'll know what I'm talking about if you are.
Yeah, it's been beating 100.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not like, oh, it's so hot in Utah, but
Yeah.
it's been pretty
It's been warm
scorchy.
for us.
Pretty scorchy.
Yeah.
I'm doing good though.
Yeah.
I'm hearing my kid. Guy, it's the camera that's like off.
I know.
It's like
I
bugging
keep.
me. Let me just.
I keep wanting to look at all of you and
It's
tilt
like-
my head. So my
Here,
apologies.
here. Oh, there you go. See, that's all we needed to
There you
do.
go.
That's all we
Perfect.
needed to do. Let me just. Nope, I don't think it will.
We're having an earthquake, by the way.
It won't.
It's nothing, really.
It
really,
won't stay that way. It's really bugging me. I'm having a George Costanza moment, guys, where something has to be fixed on the spot. Of course, it begs the question, why couldn't this have been done before? Did it go? Is it right now? No, it's crooked again. Yeah, just the little peg that like holds it in place isn't like
I'd suggest
staying.
the might of a space
Oh, well.
marine, but it
The
looks
might
like
of a
it
space
is.
marine to fix this?
Yeah, hold
Oh
it.
well, we're just gonna go with this. Just gonna
We're
go.
good.
You perfectionists out there will just have to deal with it. Okay, so my son Jonah, he's 14, he's 6'1". Yeah, I'm just like, and it kind of crept up on me, like, dude, are you taller than me? And he's like, yeah, I think so. He was almost like embarrassed. Like he was like, I'm sorry, Dad, I didn't mean it. So he went out for. I just got this text from his mom, like, hey, come out to Jonah's track meet today.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm there. He's in track. And so I went out there, and I thought it was going to be like track. I was expecting like maybe 20 people.
All right.
Right? No, it was 2,000 people.
Wow.
It was a huge thing from like all over the valley. They were in
That's
Sugar House Park. They had this huge course and like water stands and all these things, and it was
like a big track and field meet. Huge.
yeah, it was enormous, and I was really
That's
impressed.
cool.
He had like a jersey and a number,
Yeah.
and I was like, where is this coming from? So, and he ran 3 miles. He actually started just running and didn't stop till 3 miles later.
I'd make about a mile, so more power to
Oh,
him.
I could make like maybe 3 blocks
See?
on a good day.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
I
I need to
agree.
start exercising again. Oh well. During the winter, I'm like, when it's summer, I'll do it. And then summertime rolls around, I'm
It's
like, when it cools down, I'll do it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I gotta get a bike. Biking is my thing.
Get that work.
Okay, so that was pretty awesome. I loved it. So see, the kids do burn out on video games. Because my thing has always been, they're interested in it. I've supported my sons in their video games.
Same here.
Let's do it. Just this is what they're interested in,
Yeah.
and everything will kind of find its own balance without having to interfere. And in fact, I think if you interfere, then you just make it worse.
It gets worse.
Then they just find a way to sneak it, and
Yep.
then it's like contraband.
True. Yeah. Sneak under the radar. Yeah.
I don't regret any of the video games I've played.
Me neither.
Burned my life on.
Yeah.
Okay. So Rick, come on. I feel like I'm doing all the talking.
Well, speaking of video games, what ones were you playing?
Oh, what ones have I played?
Yeah.
Well, I know I didn't play with
mean,
my sons
yeah.
because they're too good for me.
Same.
They're just like, Dad, all right, we're just going to do it on our own. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, fine. One session, it was Mass Effect. I bought Mass Effect and I was playing it,
Yeah.
right? And there was this one little scene that I couldn't get through where these mercenaries have this cantina, taken over, and you're supposed to go in and take them down.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, I'm on my 10th try. I think if I do this and this and this, and Jonah's like, Dad, just hand me the control. And he goes and he's like, blah, 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 blah.
Knew where everything was.
Oh,
did
yeah.
everything straight.
It was lame.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
So yeah, Mass Effect was the beginning of the end for those boys.
Yeah.
But I look at the stuff coming out now, and I'm just like,
It's amazing.
So good.
See, I started with Pong, back with the 2 little rotary dial controllers and a telephone cable, and exactly. And then they sold Pong as 2 games. They had Pong and they had Squash, which was really Pong, but in England. So anyway, I started with that and then went up to the 2600 on the Atari, and then there was another one, it was a 5200 or something or other, and then Nintendo, and even before that ColecoVision and television and all that when it all started coming out. But my newest thing is with my kids now, they're big on Black Ops 3 and the whole zombie storyline and how they're bringing things together. And I'll occasionally sit down. We've all each got our own consoles. My youngest, Brady, my oldest.
So you have a console?
And myself, yeah. We've got PS4s. So we like the Xbox Ones, but the graphics, like you were just saying, it's amazing what they're coming out with now. And to sit down and play those, it's so enriched and it's such an immersive experience. It's great.
It's very realistic.
So, yeah. I'm hoping that video games never take over the place that tabletop wargaming does, or sitting and playing an RPG around a table with pens and pencils and paper. I think that they all should be, loved very well, and I hope that none of them really goes out of style. I don't see that a whole lot. That people are very, they only play RPGs or they only play video games or whatnot. I suppose it would probably be dependent upon, the age categories that are out there, what they've been, brought up with. But anyway, my kids are well-rounded. At least I'm trying to make sure of that. And they just don't just sit down and whittle away the hours of the day playing on a video game. We try and do other things, So, yeah, it's nuts what they are coming out with, though, for even the next generations. What they're preparing on the new consoles. It really is.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I read an article. Well, oh my gosh, I read this book called Reality Sucks.
Never heard of it, but
yeah,
it sounds good already.
It was really great. It talked about what was it called? Fiero. There was some kind of word which is like that, like inspiration, and that. So, for example, you could have built the Hoover Dam like 10 times with all the man hours people have put into Halo. Right. Or it was something ridiculous. Like you could have built like a city. Yeah. Just with the man hours put into this virtual world, and then you have virtual things being sold for real money, which I love that idea. Yeah. That I'm interested in a game called Star Citizen. Oh, so I would play an exploration game if I got it, and I would do it just for relaxation. But see, that's just it. I love doing, in my office, I set up a workstation for the first time in many, many years, a permanent workstation, and I'm just assembling my Nurgle guys. Yeah. And I'm just I'm so enriched and satisfied by doing that. It is so much fun. Yeah, it is. And what's funny is I look at the finished product and I can hear the TV that I was watching at the time. Yeah. I assembled my Nurgle guys to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah. And so I sort of remember that. But I read a book called Untethered Soul that was, it talked about if you're in a movie, your brain blocks out everything but the movie screen. It kind of takes over your whole reality, almost like your head is in it. Yeah. You don't see the seats, you don't see people around you. You might come out of it where you look around and you go, oh, I'm in a movie theater, right? And if the movie's really bad, that's what happens. That's how you can tell a bad movie is it knocks you out of it. Yeah. You're like, this is so stupid, I can't do this. Yeah, I think we've all done that. So the author said, well, what if there were a movie that not only engaged your hearing and your eyeballs, but you could also feel it and taste it and smell it. So when the main character put some lobster in his mouth, you would feel the whole satisfaction of eating lobster, buttery lobster. Right? Yeah. And so how much more engaging that movie would be. That you would be in it. Yeah. But you're not in the movie, you're still yourself. And you have to go, you might get a text saying, hey, pick up milk on the way back. And you would sort of wake up from it.
Yeah.
And then, so then further, he said, what if you were sitting in a movie theater and you were, you also, after you picked a character in the movie, you would feel the emotions that the character had.
Wow.
And now imagine further that the movie doesn't end. He said, and he says, you would have a really hard time waking up out of that movie, getting out of that movie.
Between that state
You'd
and
be
real
completely
life.
engaged.
That's quite
And I see that,
actually.
so 2 branches there. I see that, first off, I see that with my boys. My 11-year-old is so engaged in, like he's a heroin addict or something. He has to take his, even if he's not going to play it, he has to have his Xbox with him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? It's a security blanket. We've all had that type of thing.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I wanted my books with me. I carried books around in my backpack. I had to have my books with me.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, just let that happen.
Yeah.
And he's into it. He'll stay up till 5 a.m. He's like so engaged. He just loses himself.
Yeah.
But the other thing, and this is back to the book, the author said, this is exactly what's happening to you right now. That this is a reality, and you've taken on a role in this, but that the real self is actually behind that somehow. And that has to do with meditation and seat of consciousness and stuff. Yeah. Well, and it's like, who is Shawn? Who are you, Shawn?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, no, I kind of just have been doing this for a while.
Yeah. Wow.
But I didn't mean to.
I'm gonna have to read that book now.
I did not mean to blow your mind.
Wait. I'm coming in.
All the time. What?
I love it though.
You know that song?
Which one?
Okay, go look up Master Exploder by Tenacious D. So that'll be your horribleness for the day. So anyway, and I've noticed that with my company too, like I'm so immersed in the company. Like last year I realized that I had not, me and Blue Table Painting, like have melded into this one entity. And it's like, no, and it was good for me to sort of extract myself a little bit and look at it objectively, you know.
Right.
And then be able to look at it again and think, you know, this is, that I like this. To sort of choose it again and be like, you know what, I'm having a good time. This is good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Well,
okay, your turn. Comments.
Anyway, that stuff keeps
Feel
us
like I'm
busy.
talking a lot.
No, not at all. You know, what's really cool about that is it keeps us busy. It keeps me from, you know, doing things that I don't want my kids to do. Getting back to the video games where I don't want them to play for hours. Well, I don't want to play for hours and get sucked in because I've got other things that I want to do. And one of my pursuits is, you know, building the models and painting them, things like that, working on the car, you know, things to you know, re-energize you. And, you know, each time I come over here and drop off an order, this guy re-energizes me. And I leave not just motivated, but...
And just so you know, I do it like Emperor Palpatine with energy bolts.
Yeah, exactly. And they hurt the first time.
Right,
and,
but then they start feeling
then
good.
Okay.
Then like, oh my God, hit me again.
True. But, you know, I leave here and I'm actually ready and willing once I get home, whether or not it's the middle of the day and I have to wait until the end of, you know, work, the real life, and then do something fun, or whether or not it's a day off like today for me, where I can go home and I can work on stuff again and I feel, wow, I'm really contributing. But not only that, I'm making something cool. If it's not for me, it's for somebody else. But I like doing what I do. And he's part of the reason of it. I haven't had that every time that I've sat down and paint my own figures. You know, that's a hard thing to do. If you've got, you know, X amount of figures, and I know a lot of people on blogs and websites and all over the place will put down painting by points programs for themselves. They want to paint 50 points worth of figures, you know, War Machine or whatever. They want to paint 250 points of Space Marines or whatnot, whatever unit, whatever army, whatever game, and they set that up for themselves, and it's always a good thing. I've never done it myself. I meander down to my studio and I start working on things, and you know, I come up and I still feel refreshed. But that's the cool thing, is when I leave here, I feel like I'm contributing. So It's something above and beyond myself, what I would be doing for myself. Doing something for the greater good. Not trying to sound too tall there, but I'm just saying it's a cool thing. It's a very, very neat way to go about things, and especially with the business. You know,
that's
you gotta
true.
have something like that.
It's true. I need 10 more. I need 10 more Ricks, and I can take over the world.
Well, maybe 9.5.
9.5.
I gotta have a mini-me.
Everybody
has to have a mini-me.
A miniature Rick.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's probably going to come true now. Well, guys, look forward to seeing this Iron Hands army. I'm going to be doing a video on it. And Salt Lake. This is the beginning of the big Salt Lake adventure for blue table painting.
Yep.
I have a
And we're
feeling
glad
I'm going to be
to
here
have
for a
him.
while. Yeah, it's great to be up here. There's a great source for labor. And, you know, down in Spanish Fork, not knocking Spanish Fork, it's a great little burg. But I actually would have to import the talent. Like, people would move out there to be, and that can become problematic. But here in the city, like this giant thing, it's like, you know, I open like a little, I crack the door a little bit of opportunity, and it's like this flood of people, like 28 people are
exactly
coming
what
through.
I was going to say too.
And I think I really need to tap into that. Because right now, we're still at about 80 projects, 40 and being worked on somehow, and 25. I've got 25 just ready to go. Wow. And that's what I got to do. I got to get those 25 projects going. Then I have about 15 that are coming in.
See, there's my motivation.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys, and much, much more is to come. Look forward to our Age of Sigmar battles that are definitely coming.
Looking forward to that.
I think our first one should be in about a week. Well, if I got my Nurgle painted, I have a Cahorn Demons army from a client, which we saw the other day. Granted, it's a small army; it's only like 700 points. But I actually think Age of Sigmar is good on a 4x4 board, 1,500 points.
Right.
I don't even like points. I don't like points. In fact, the game is designed to not have them.
Yeah, that's what you were telling me about.
Like, if you have this giant collection, it's like this. I put one on, and you put one on.
Yeah.
Then I put one on, and you put one on. And then I take a guy. So if you're like giant dragon, I'd be like, oh yeah, giant demon. What now?
Yep.
So, all right, we gotta go.
Cool.
We'll see you next time.